Good morning. Today we're going to talk some more about habit one, being proactive and using proactive language. Discuss with somebody at home or maybe someone in your class or even a teacher what it means to use proactive language. Feel free to pause the video and take a moment to think about it. Now let's watch this video. We'll learn a little bit about what it means to have proactive language.
There's nothing I can do.
I can't change.
It's impossible.
It's just the way I am.
I can't.
I have to.
If only they...
Our paradigms are both revealed and shaped by the words we use. If we see ourselves as powerless, it shows up in our language. Phrases like I can't, I have to, it's impossible, reveal our belief that we have no choice. And what's worse, they reinforce that belief. However, if we see ourselves as capable and able to effect change in our lives, this also shows up in our language. Proactive phrases like I can, I choose to, I will, show that we are not victims of our circumstances. More importantly, they reinforce that paradigm, allowing us to think and act in more powerful and effective ways. Reactive language can be very damaging to our lives. The latest research shows that negative reactive language actually releases dozens of stress-producing hormones and neurotransmitters in our brains, powerfully affecting our moods, reasoning, and communication. When we use reactive language, we feel worse about our possibilities and ourselves. Because it limits our thinking, reactive language often becomes a negative, self-fulfilling prophecy where we act in ways that justify our belief, creating a downward spiral of personal powerlessness. Reactive language also shapes how others see us. If we use the language of powerlessness, others see us as powerless, as victims of our circumstances, and as unable to move forward in challenging situations. As a result, we lose their confidence and trust. Proactive language, however, is entirely different. Research suggests that when we change the words we use to proactive rather than reactive language, we can actually alter our brain's chemistry and functioning in positive, helpful ways. We actually feel better and think better when we use proactive language. Consistent proactive language affirms our capacity to choose. It reflects and reinforces a proactive approach to life. It's a solutions mindset that creates an upward spiral of more effective thinking, doing, and results. Ultimately, proactive language lets others know that we do not see ourselves as victims of circumstances. Their confidence in us grows, and they are more willing to lend us their support and energy. It helps us move from impasse to insight and action. Proactive language is the language of leadership. By choosing the words we use, language becomes a powerful tool of effectiveness. Proactive language opens our minds to the space between stimulus and response. It allows us to see the possibilities, to alter our circumstances, increase our influence, and ultimately to improve our lives.
So hopefully that explains a little bit better for us about what it means to have proactive language. So now spend some time and talk maybe with someone at home or a classmate or upper grade. Again, you might even start a Google Doc and just jot down a sentence or two about some ways you can be proactive and not reactive when you feel frustrated with this digital learning or maybe even something else at school. What are some things that you can say instead of and replace the way you say things now? Maybe saying, instead of saying, I can't get on or I don't know how to get on this program, this class, what's a way that you can say it with proactive language that can change the way that you say it, that can lead you to a better outcome and maybe hopefully help you not feel so frustrated. So think about that now and maybe talk with somebody at home or a classmate. Or like I said, even jot down a sentence or two that you can share with your teacher. Here's another fun video about proactive versus reactive. This one's kind of funny, so I think you'll enjoy it.
Hey! So Manny and I have both come prepared today with examples of proactivity. You ready?
Yeah, I was proactive all weekend, and that's why I came prepared.
Okay, well, proactivity is more than just being prepared.
Yeah, but it's a part of it, and that's the part I focused on, and that's why I'm prepared.
Okay, so you've heard the phrase, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade.
Yeah.
So give me an example of a lemon.
A bad breakup.
Okay, so take this one.
Okay.
Okay. All right, now put that in your mouth,
This
please.
is my bad breakup?
Yeah, there it is. So now what are you gonna do with that lemon? Are you gonna squish up your face and start complaining, being like, oh, I hate lemons, my life is hard, nothing's fair? Or are you gonna take the bad situation and think about your options? Consider what you could possibly do and make some, I don't know, some nice sweet lemonade.
That was terrible. How come I had to suck on the lemon?
Oh, you seem irritable.
Yeah.
See, that's what reactive people do. They suck on the lemon, they get annoyed, they get frustrated, and they're generally unpleasant to be around. Whereas a proactive person makes tasty lemonade.
This is our example? Okay. I got a better one. It's my turn. Let's go outside.
Let's do it.
All right, Clark, this is you. You are reactive.
Okay.
And as you can see, I am proactive. Now, before we begin, gotta put the goggles on, safety first.
Okay, are you the only one that gets goggles?
Yeah, because I read ahead. All right, now, life is gonna shake you up.
Okay.
So give me some examples of that.
You lose your job.
Okay, shake it up.
Your best friend moves across the country.
Yep.
All right, your family will not listen to you.
100%, okay? Now, open it.
Now, what do we think is going to happen here with the reactive? And what do you think is going to happen when active opens? If you're reactive, what can happen with your emotions when you react poorly, or maybe just out of anger or frustration when something happens? Versus if we're thinking proactive and we kind of weigh our options and think about the good things that might come of, kind of a terrible situation. So let's see what happens with reactive.
See, that's reactive. It's gonna build up until you eventually explode, and it's not gonna be pretty for you or the people around you. See, I'm proactive. I'm like this water. I get shaken up too, but I have strategies in place that are gonna help me deal with my situations. So I'm just like this water. I'm cool, I'm calm, and I'm refreshing.
You win.
Yeah, I know. So you guys, be proactive.
Yeah.
So some things to think about that he said there right at the end. He said if you're proactive, don't think of it as you're never going to get angry, you're never going to get frustrated, because we know that's not true. We're always going to get frustrated or angry at things. But he has strategy in place that he knows works for him, just like we all can. Strategies in place that work for us to help us not get so frustrated or angry that we react and we, just like the guy with the Sprite, shake up and we spew all over everybody. We can keep things, keep our emotions in check, you might say. So let's find 3 proactive phrases that you really like and can use every day. We're going to go through these. It's the language of being proactive. So, reactive is you give others control. Proactive is you keep your control. So instead of reactive, you see these listed over here. I can't do it. It was my cat's fault. I have to do homework. There's nothing we can do. He made me sad. He made me mad. What are some proactive ways you could say things? Kind of just say them a different way. Instead of I cannot do it, maybe say I need help with this, or I have to do homework. Maybe say I get to do my homework tonight and then I can go play. Maybe those are just some options. So let's look at the next one. I can find a way. I'll get started and get as far as I can. I'll find someone to help me. So here's another one. I lost my homework. It was my cat's fault. When it's proactive, you can say, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I forgot to do it. Just not blaming it on the cat or the dog or whatever the case may be. Instead of saying I have to do my homework, we could say I choose to do my homework. I'll first do my homework, then I'll go play. Or I'll do my homework because I want to learn. I want to get better. Or I want to make a good grade. Reactive would be I have no other choice. Proactive might be, well, let's look at all the options. Or let's work together and come up with a new idea. Or who can we get to help? Or it's not a good thing to do, so I choose not to do it. All those are good ideas. Reactive might say there's nothing we can do. Maybe I can't get it logged in this morning. I can't get on the Google Meet. There's nothing I can do. Proactive might say, well, there must be something we can do, or let's figure out a way, or let's brainstorm some ideas to solve some challenges. That could be fun. Instead of saying he made me so mad, you might say I chose to be angry, or I need to cool it down and my temper's getting too hot, or I really allowed him to upset me. Next time I'll just ignore him, or I choose to be happy. All those are some proactive things you can say instead of, man, he made me so mad. So here's some other ones. I have to go to bed. She made me angry. It was my dog's fault. I was sad. Proactive things you can say. Think about that for a second. Instead of I have to go to bed, you could say, I want to go to bed so I get a good night's sleep so I have lots of energy tomorrow. Instead of she made me angry, you could say, man, I really let her get the best of me. Next time I'll just ignore her. Or it was my dog's fault I was sad. You could say, I was sad about whatever happened. I was sad I didn't get to eat cake for dinner. But it wasn't your dog's fault, right? It's just you just got sad, and that's okay. We just got to figure out a better strategy to handle it. So take a moment to think about or write down or talk with somebody at home about some proactive phrases you can start using today.